Sha Carri Richardson will not be representing the United States of America in the women's 200 meters as she fails to make the top three in the finals. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Go ahead, please hit the subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. To drop a video at least once a day here in Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button and finally leave your thoughts. So, ready? Yeah. Good to go. Now, one of the things that I can understand is the passion that fans have for their athletes. I'm passionate about athletes in general, particularly Jamaicans, and I get it. But if you are racing against Gabby Thomas, the fourth best in the world, or a Brittany Brown who has just become incredible, or Mackenzie Long who at one point had the world lead or one in the top five, one should not have expected Sha Carri Richardson, to be very honest, to make the USA's women's 200 meter team. And we had this conversation. Now, Richardson is a brilliant 100 meter runner. And I get that sometimes we get a little bit too enthusiastic. Our expectations are unrealistic. The 200 meter people is not the 100 meter. They're unrelated subject matters. And whereas we have seen athletes come down from the 400 to the 200 to the 100 meters, very, very rarely do athletes go in the other direction from the 100 to the 200 to the 400 meters. So anyway, they just had the finals, the women 200 meters at the USA National Championships 2024. And as I anticipated, and anyone who had a brain should have anticipated, Gabby Thomas won. I mean, it was kind of obvious. In fact, Gabby Thomas won in a time of 21.81 with Brittany Brown, one of the comeback kids of the year, running 21.90, a new personal best to make this get second. Mackenzie Long fulfills her promise to her mom and runs 21.91 to take the third spot. And Sha Carri Richardson runs 22.16 to run fourth.
Set. Final of the women's 200. Thomas in 8. Sha Carri Richardson in 6.
Sha Carri making sure she stays away from that line. Gabby Thomas on the outside has caught and passed the person to her outside. She has the lead.
Mackenzie Long is going with them. Sha Carri's making ground. Gabby Thomas has the lead. Gabby Thomas out in front. There's no Sha Carri here. She's not in the top 3.
Now I can see that Sha Carri Richardson has done really well within the last 12 months over the 100 meters. Her 21.99 run in the heats was a solid opener.
First heat of the women's 200, here we go. Sha Carri right in the middle, Rosie Effiong on the inside.
Sha Carri looks very good. In fact, she has caught and passed Steiner, and it's the 100-meter world champion that will lead off the turn.
Yes, everybody's going straight through, but there is some good things to take from this. Look at Sha Carri's form, in control, no worries.
Sub 22, Sonia.
I mean, the way she had been running 200s earlier this season, I was not expecting her to come out and look this strong. But there's something to be said about having a successful experience here at the Olympic trials. It takes so much weight off. You can just run light and free. And that's exactly what she looked like. I mean, she blazed the turn.
And I understood the reason for the interview because she's one of the most popular athletes in the world as we speak. So her running 21.99, I think, in the 200 meters this season in the heats would have attracted media attention.
The way you attacked this turn, it was pretty amazing.
Well, I'm glad y'all noticed that and saw that. But again, excuse me, again, my biggest thing, my coach's biggest thing is working on execution. Right. So my really just focusing in on executing the curve to make the straightaway much, much easier. And I feel like today in the prelims, I feel like I did that great, excellent, but I know I have room for improvement. So I'm just excited for semis tomorrow.
We always talk about the pressure of the Olympic trials, but is there less pressure on you now that you're already on the team in the 100 meters?
Absolutely not. I feel like anytime I touch the track, Olympic trials, in Claremont, LA, wherever I'm at, anytime I touch the track, it's an opportunity for me to work on my best self, being my best self. Yeah. So every time I touch the track, it's pressure.
One of the things we notice now is when you walk in the stadium, the roar is even bigger. What is it like to feel the embrace of the crowd here?
it's amazing. It's a phenomenal feeling. I feel as if.
Now in the semis, she ran a new personal best of 21.92, which is very impressive. But with a Brittany Brown, a Mackenzie Long, who is great at the 200 meters, and Gabby Thomas, the fourth fastest woman all time over this distance, plus a Julian Alfred, who will be standing in her way, and not to mention the twice world champion and the second fastest woman all time in the 200 meters, who at her absolute worst, and I mean like if she was very sick and had a high fever, could still beat Sha Carri Richardson in the 200 meters, and I'm not being facetious. I really think Sha Carri Richardson is a talent, and go back to my videos so you'll understand. Now this of course is my 2 cents. I had a lot of people coming here and saying because Shericka Jackson didn't look that great, that, you know, she would have been trounced by Sha Carri Richardson. And I get it. Sha Carri Richardson has laid down some decent times. But if you are honest with yourself, look at her times thus far. World Championships, she got that bronze. That was great. In fact, it started to surprise me. I didn't anticipate her getting that. And I can understand why realistically one would believe that there's an opportunity. But the truth is, if Shericka Jackson is anywhere near her best, there is no way Sha Carri Richardson can beat her. It's just not plausible. Not at this point. I've done a previous video where I said maybe in another year or 2, it's possible. But at this point, if Shericka Jackson, apologies, it's even 80%, Sha Carri Richardson can't beat her. I don't think you understand the difference between 21.92 and 21.41. They are like the distance between China and Jamaica. They're not even in the same they're not even in the same galaxy. It's incredibly different. Now, what I didn't understand is that many of you who are massive fans, and I suspect American fans, you jumped over Gabby Thomas. Gabby Thomas is the 4th fastest woman over the 200 meters, people. The 4th fastest. Like, I am not joking. If I'm worried about anyone, I'm worried about Gabby Thomas. Gabby Thomas could be a real threat to Shericka Jackson. And Julian Alfred. Those are real threats. Julian Alfred has a crazy flat speed, and she's incredible over the 200 meters. I'm going to keep saying it. Running the 200 meters is not like running the 100. There's a reason why many great 100-meter runners never run the 200 or complain bitterly when they have to. It is a very difficult race to run. It should not be underestimated. Now, I believe realistically, Sha Carri Richardson, if she continues at this level to improve in the next 12 to 24 months, she's going to be a factor in the 200 meters. But as of this point, no way, no chance. It's not plausible. You know which American I'm concerned about in the 200 meters regarding Jamaica's Shericka Jackson? She just won your national trials. Gabby Thomas. If I were you, I would be supporting Gabby Thomas. Gabby Thomas is seriously dangerous. This is no joke. She's dangerous. She has improved her 100-meter flat speed. Really improved it. I mean, she was terrible over the 100 meters, and now she's running sub 11. She's dangerous. She is who you... So I was a little confused. Listen, I get hype. I get all of that stuff. Sha Carri Richardson is a brilliant 100-meter runner, but in the 200, it's hype, people. It's not real. Not at this point. Yes, she's improving. 21.92 is okay, but that's not even close to Abby Steiner's best. It's a solid time, and it should be respected. But until Sha Carri Richardson can enter something close to a 21.60, she has nothing to do with the 200-meter conversation. But this, of course, is my 2 cents. So there you have it. Sha Carri Richardson fails to make the women's 200-meter in the USA, and that's really not surprising. Now don't forget to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and the like button. Remember your royals, kings and queens. Bless up!